Hi everyone, welcome to BohoMystic. My name is Marinelli, and if you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new here, you're absolutely welcome here. And I think we have a really big, diverse collective, and I'd like to welcome you officially. So I also want to just thank everyone for their support on this channel and for subscribing. We are over 100, and it's just amazing, and I am truly, truly grateful. So thank you very much. As I've told all the other readings, I wasn't able to do my individual longer form monthly readings. I was on vacation and I really dedicated my time to my family that was visiting, and it was amazing. But I really wanted to get these readings up. They've been really intense, and I really was feeling the need for the readings, or I really felt like a lot of energy around them. Yeah, so and they've been really beautiful, but they have been very like the flow has been really, really intense. I guess that's what I can say. Today's decks are no different. These are probably the loudest decks I've had for these readings. I'm down to only 2 left to do the readings, and we're going to pick out a stone and see who goes first. I have to say that the energy that I'm feeling is very loud, and that's what it is. I was, as I was doing my pre-shuffle, I was trying to pinpoint what's going on. And I'm going to explain this, and maybe it's a synchronicity for someone. I don't know. But it feels like I'm in a loud party, like thumping music, people talking, so it's loud voices, nothing aggressive, nothing bad. It's just like, I feel like I'm at a house party or something. And there's just a lot of commotion going on. People are in and out, a lot of groups talking. I mean, that's how I'm feeling. And now I'm seeing it, of course, because I'm describing it. But yeah, and even the decks I feel that I picked, or especially the tarot that I picked, which is the Turning Tides Tarot, is very loud, in my opinion. That's how it makes me feel. It's an awesome deck, but I don't use it very often. It's really when it's called. And then I picked like the Urban Crow Oracle. And for me, crows are loud. Like there's a cacophony of voices, or a cacophony of, maybe it is voices, maybe it's your guides, maybe it's everything coming at me at once. I don't know. So that is completely different from all the other readings. So welcome. I hope that you guys are doing well, and I hope that September turns out to be, the word is transformative, probably, for you guys. I think it's been kind of like that for like everyone. A lot of stepping up and confronting fears, confronting things that we've been kind of putting off. That's what I feel. That's what I've been feeling for the readings. So, okay, let's see who's going up first. Oh my God, I almost forgot to take out the stone. All right, Spirit, who's going up first? Libra, you're next. What I saw was my front door. That's really interesting. And I'm thinking, with all the loudness and all the noise, and like as I was explaining, the party and all that, maybe you feel like that's what you're in. Unless that's for Aries, I'm not sure. Okay, well, let's take a look at your cards. Let's start with your oracles. We're going to do a number card. This is the only deck that has made it through every single reading this month. I really have been enjoying them, and I think they've been very succinct. 2, okay. Bottom of the deck, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, change. Yeah, I can see that. I need my glasses because I can't see anymore. It's also in that same boat. I'm like, holy moly, it's like one day you just can't see anything. All right, or can't read anything, really. Okay, change, encouragement, support, obstacles, battle, calling, restructuring, creative work. You are going to level up, Libra. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why, in quotes, you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool. When I heard and saw and read battle, I thought of battle cry, like a warrior's battle cry. It's like getting through all that noise, getting through all of what's going on. Or maybe I'm truly, or maybe I'm just connecting with what's going around with you, maybe the chaos, or it's like as though that's what it is. Okay. Just forgive me. I'm feeling and doing it all at once. It's like as though I have entered a space, and as I was lighting like the incense and the candles and doing the pre-shovel, I was welcoming in your energy. And I feel like I've also welcomed in then the entire party that's around you. That's exactly what it is. Okay. So like you and your entourage have like come into my space. Wow. Like I feel I have all of you here with me. I even feel, yeah. Okay. So let's keep going. That was really intense and quite surreal for me. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that I can pick up for you guys. But it's like you're not aware, or maybe you're just not, it's like you're not truly aware of how many people, and I keep seeing wings, like angel wings, but then I looked down and I saw these wings of these crows. It's like you walked in with like all these winged creatures with you, and they're protecting you and they're around you, and you're just going and not aware of, again, the entourage that you're bringing with you. Wow. I just picked this up and it said resistance, number 40. Maybe this is what they're saying. It's it may be hard to handle right now or going through what you're doing, but you got to push through it. It said push through it. And this crow is pushing through the wind, the resistance of the wind. This is what you're doing. And then you have the 40, which is the 4, it's structure, stability. Like you got to push through this. Just immerse yourself, submerge yourself, just push through, and you're going to get out on the other side. It's like that turbulence needs to be met, wobbled a little bit, and then you come out fine on the other side, unscathed on the other side. Okay, well, this is already turning out to be a very unique reading, intense. It's being done in a way that none of the other ones have been done. But let's see. I see one that's flipped. Oh. Okay. This flipped up. 45 self-interest. Okay. Okay. I need to take a second. I need to ground myself. I just have a piece of celestite that may be something for you guys to think about. It's an angelic celestial stone, and I'm always shocked at how much it affects me. So maybe that's something for you guys. Okay, bottom of the deck we have night, and it's all the crows sleeping in that tree. Number 33. Resting, they're lulled together in harmony, ready to be awakened and pushed through. This is the dark night of the soul. Because you're all down. Like you're going to be reanimated. That you just need to put your head down and push through to get out on the other side. Just wait for the sun to come up, because it is. And I did have the sun card fall in the pre-shuffle, but I didn't feel like that sun card was like the happy sun card. It was like that sun card is going to come and burn up stuff. Like it's going to burn away a lot of people's illusions. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'm not really sure yet where this is leading, but it's really intense. Okay, here we have upheaval, 51, which is 6. The tree has been blown down. You can see where the roots have come up, and the nest with the eggs are falling, and the crows are being scattered. Like you may have had a moment of shock. You feel uprooted. We need to figure out how to ground. Just like I said, now with all this energy coming at me, what did I have to do? I actually had to stop and ground myself. Yeah, maybe I'm feeling what you're feeling. I mean, if you feel where everything is coming at you, I mean, imagine you being in a tree and then all of a sudden that tree's falling, or it's being ripped up by its roots, and you're just scrambling, and you're also unaware or in the commotion, your security, your safety, right? With that 4, that bird's nest there with the eggs are falling. They're not broken though. They're not broken. So that's very meaningful in this card. Meaning that you can survive this, but you just need to find a new tree, build a new nest, or ground yourself again. I'm getting that. Ground yourself again. Just like I had to do, you have to do that too. Find ways to ground yourself and find that inner stillness just for a second. It could just be 5 minutes. But I definitely feel like you need that. I feel like there is a lot of commotion. Like you went from this sleeping state to that. It's like something, storm came in, woke you up to this. The tree that you were sleeping in was being blown down. And it's now you rising up and meeting it head on, meeting that challenge. It's exactly what I said in the beginning of this video when I was in the introduction about what's been going on with this collective. You have 30 here with mimicry. Maybe you're pretending to be okay. I don't want to keep going down in this deck. I'm not going to even look at the next one. The mimicry. You have a dog looking at that person. I mean, you have a dog looking at that crow. You know, it's like asking to hear, how are you doing? And you're just repeating the same old pleasantries. Oh, I'm fine, thank you. You're like, you know how sometimes we can have like the worst day in our lives, and we walk by someone and they say, hey, how you doing? Oh, good. You're like, you think to yourself, I'm beyond far from good. But yet that's your standard answer. Maybe you could take that opportunity and speak to that loved one, because it is a dog. It's a gorgeous German Shepherd. You know, it's realizing there's someone who's there, who's compassionate, who is willing to love you and hear you out, your true feelings, and they're really interested. Yeah, I can't keep looking down because I probably can go through this entire deck right now. Now I know why I was so called to use this deck. Okay. Underneath the 555, you have 2424, 2424 with good times. Leisure, rest, holiday, affection, kindness, happiness. It's like the change came just like them at night sleeping in that tree, and the upheaval came. And that's how I feel like there was a change that changed the good times, or at least your status quo of peace maybe, and you're feeling disrupted. But that's okay. We're going to figure this out, and we're going to get you to where you need to be, because your protection and your entourage, I'm getting goosebumps on my neck now, your entourage and everyone that's around you is intense. Honestly speaking, I have never experienced that whoosh of like presence of more than one, like presence, like you guys all came and, I don't know, I said crash the party. It's like you all came here and you all showed up. Like I was expecting one or two and I got like 20 type of thing. That was really cool. It was overwhelming, but it was really cool and I'm very grateful. Okay, so let's get you an I Ching card. This is going to be a long one. I already can feel it. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have prospering. Number 35 and 8. Yeah, I think that you are, like the 5 said, if you push through this, you will prosper in the end. It will be, you're going to have that pot of gold at the end, right? With the 8s, the 35 going to an 8. You know, you're going to have that pot of gold at the end, the prospering. I don't know how I say it. I don't know why I'm saying pot of gold at the end. It's like, it will actually not only help you grow as a person, but I actually think you're going to feel stronger for whatever it is you're going through. You're actually going to feel like, or maybe the outcome, the fallout of whatever this is actually going to work in your favor. Even though it was hard to go through, even though it's been super stressful, it was out of the blue, because I feel like this is going to be out of the blue. September is going to be showing you some surprises, but you're going to actually end up getting something that works in your favor in the end. That's really cool. All right, let's put that here. I have this little oracle. I can't remember its name, but let's get you one of these. For Libra, please. What does Libra need to know for the month of September 2025? All right, Libra. I knew that card was going to come up. I knew it. The Ghost Honey card. I knew it's beyond. I just knew it. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the imagined place. For me, the imagined place is that inner child safe place that you have within yourself that you go to when things get hard. It's that you may find yourself retreating to that place within you that no one knows about, it's like where you go and you shut down in. And I think that we're gonna have to be careful of that, because we're gonna have to bring you out so you can actually confront this head on. That's the imagined place for me. This broke here, the home. Yeah. It's where you feel safe and secure. And if this is literal, you may not want to leave the house. You know, you may be so overwhelmed you don't want to leave the house. You want to just stay in bed all day. Or you want to protect yourself from the harshness of the world or what's going on around you. Oh, Libra. Okay, so we have your oracles. I'm going to do a quick, simple tarot spread for the month of September. So September for Libra 2025, my darlings. I did also pull out the Crow Tarot for a clarifying deck if we need it. Okay, so what's the energy for the month of September? Past influence on that. What are we letting go? What should we focus on? And the energy at the end of the month moving forward. All right, I'm going to definitely need 5 of Emotions is the bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups. Yeah. Oh. Grief is like an ocean. Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's a hand coming out. These cups are all flipped upside down. All of them. Not just like the 3 and 2 are still upright. You may feel that you're out of options, or you may feel like you can't grab onto these either. It looks like the hand's reaching out. You may feel like you're drowning in your own emotions. Like you can't rescue yourself from them. Take a look underneath these cards. 3 of tangibles, that's the 3 of pentacles. And I was going to say, but you seem to have people around you, right? With that dog, here it is. But I feel like you may feel like you have to be the person on the top. It's follow the leader, and you kind of have to be the leader. We all need a community to lean on. Absolutely. And I think you're going to find that, and you're going to see those around you that can potentially help you throughout this process. The moon, everything looks different in the dark when you can't see, feel. When you can't see, feel. These cards are amazing. They're just very poignant. What did I say about that dark night of the soul aspect to that crow oracle card? You know, even though they're sleeping on there, it did look like they had all their heads down, like in sadness, like in mourning. Maybe you are mourning someone. And when in the dark you do feel, you know, like everything does look different. And sometimes it's safe, and sometimes it feels super scary. But I think it's you not knowing. Sorry, I'm holding this wrong. I think it's you not knowing how to move forward yet. But you need to have the faith, because that is always how the moon is given to me, or it's usually given to me, as keeping the faith. You know, putting your head down and getting through, and know that the sun is going to rise, and you will be able to see where you're going. And you're also going to see all those creepy crawly things that you imagine around you, and all the bad stuff that you imagine around you, all the scary stuff, all that comes to light. And you may realize, hey, it was just a branch that looked like this, or it was this, it was an ant, not, you know, a huge spider. The sun will dispel some of those fears, but it's also possibly going to illuminate areas that need to be worked on, or illuminate areas that you weren't aware of necessarily in this situation, whatever it is. This is breaking here, and I'm going to take a look at it. The Fool. The Fool. It's you coming out of this fear base. Spot you're in right now, and pushing forward. Finding the courage and the chutzpah, right, to get out of here, to get out of this scary area. Jump. What about the space between existence and non-existence? What lives there? Uranium born in the merger of neutron stars. Pure potential. Jump, jump, jump. No risk, no reward. Divine chaos or divine design? Trick question. And then there's an ultrasound photo too, or an ultrasound image. Yeah, I think that you're being pulled out of your comfort zone, your safe place, that imagination, that imagined home, the imagined place in your home, and you, right, the safe place with the little baby in there, and you are being pulled out of that cocoon to tackle something head on, and it's scary for you. But I know that you're going to find the strength to do that, because in the end, you are going to be successful in achieving something for yourself. And I think it's going to be multifaceted in many ways, emotionally. And I even think you're going to add to your security and the structure in your life from it. And again, I feel like you're going to get something that you're not even aware of. You're going to get something that benefits you in the end. Underneath that was approach, union, yeah, shock, joy. Yeah, I think that the shock is going to lead to some joy at the end. I really do. All right, let's put these down. So let's take a look at your oracle cards, Libra. 1441, unique skills. Life goals, mission, sense of self, honesty, important projects. It's that time of intense self-development. Focus your mind on your craft. You already have what it takes to succeed, but practice makes you a master. It also serves to find your true purpose. Leveling up in your career or business is of priority right now. Maybe there is some truth to that last part too, because maybe because of the commotion and the stress of a situation, you're not focusing on the things that you should focus on. Maybe you haven't been fully present in your day-to-day dealings, and you should be. Don't lose focus on the important things in your life because of whatever is going on also. Right? It's balancing. It definitely is. And look, it's 1441, but it's 55. And another 555 over there. I mean, it's a change. This is you figuring out and balancing your life and how to deal with a change that is entering your life. And it's not you abandoning your life. It's about you meeting it head on, not hiding from it, meeting it head on, working past it. And whatever you do or however you actually overcome this is actually going to then benefit your home, your life, your stability and security. Yes, okay. I'm getting it. Where is it? Like I said, it's that nest. The nest is safe and sound. The eggs did not break. You need to keep that in mind. I think that's something you're going to have to keep in mind for the month of September. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's chaos. It's change. It's conflict. It's whatever it is that's coming up for you, hon. But it's you also realizing and having the faith that your home is safe. Your eggs, your nest, your life is safe. You just have to deal with this that's outside of you and get through it. And in the end, it will actually benefit you in some way, and your nest and your home and your life. Okay. And I think that you are uniquely qualified to do that. What did I say about, the Three of Pentacles? About follow the leader, right? Because it's all these pentacles in a row vertically, and I felt like you're that top one, or you're here and they're following you. So maybe you are taking maybe you're the one that's taking the brunt of all of this for your family. Maybe you're the person that everyone's looking to help them. Maybe you're the one that has to take a proactive role, bigger than others, in your family and your surroundings, wherever you are, and everybody's looking to you to help or for you to take the lead. So maybe that is your unique skill, your unique role in this. And that's really stressful, because you not only are carrying your own burdens of stress, grief, sadness, anxieties, fears, but you're also kind of carrying everyone else's too. So the load becomes doubled in some ways. But the fact that it's saying that you're uniquely qualified. And the person in the Three of Pentacles that does take that lead is the expert, is the expert in the field, or is the person that is meant to lead others. What else do we have here? Number 1414. Oh my gosh. Guys. 1441. 1414. Okay. 5 again. Okay. Light up! Exclamation point. mood swings, respect, family, constructive outlook, quality. Focus on your needs, desires, and hobbies. Everything is more accessible with a light attitude. You will be blessed with new opportunities, a new friend, or an addition to your family. Good vibes will speed up the process. Oh, and that Fool card did have that ultrasound image. I don't know where it was now, but I see the Tower peeking out after the Moon card. Oh, it broke at the Fool card. Yeah, I wanted to show it to you again. Maybe someone is having a shock of pregnancy in many different ways in their family, and I'm going to leave it at that. So, yeah, I have to say it because that's interesting. But I do think it's about, wow, it's family, constructive outlook. It's the whole thing I was saying about you taking your family, looking to you to be the model of how to handle this. And about not letting despair take over. Not catastrophizing everything. And that's hard to do. And it's hard to be told, lighten up. I mean, like, holy moly, who wants to be told lighten up when you're really, going through something? But there is something said about you recognizing that you need to slow down your emotional escalations. I think we've all been there. I've definitely been there. It's like, okay, everything is going to be okay. Take a moment and tell yourself that when you're alone or wherever you are. It's like, it's hard right now. I don't know how it's all going to pan out, but I do know that it will be okay. Yeah. Okay. Observation. I love this card. It is a crow essentially intently staring at a web that was weaved by a spider here. And I don't view this as he's waiting to eat the spider. I see this, he's like looking at how it all comes together, at the magic of this spider, of like, wow, what is this in front of me? But it's also him observing its evolution. And I feel like that's what you're going to have to do. There's going to be points in time in September where where you are being asked to take a step back and observe and just see how things are unfolding, and that's going to inform you of your next steps. You can hear my cat. That's very interesting. Yeah, there's something like that. It's like, I think that you are going to be in deep contemplation and have moments of introspection, but observation of the facts as they come into you. And that's your processing, observing, seeing how things are, and that all of that, right? What's happening, how this spider's building it, how intricate things get, right? With a spider web, how confusing and convoluted things can get in life. It's like, take a step back, observe your surroundings, what's happening, and then make the decisions. And then, or it's just you letting things play out kind of for a while and see how things start unfolding. It's like, do what you have to do and then just let it go and see how things pan out kind of thing. That's what I'm getting. So it's number 34, which is 7, which is divinity. And that's why it's giving me that sense of peace about it. Like your angels standing over you and taking care of you. They know, and they're observing, but they also know that you, as they are, have to wait and see how things flow and pan out. So while you are being asked to step up to the plate, there is an aspect of also learning when to let things unfold, how they're going to unfold. And that's a give and take, right? Sometimes it's like, again, it's, which I've said in the past in other readings, it's knowing when to give gas and when to get your foot off the pedal. And I think that's going to, I feel like that's what you're going to be doing in September. We have self-interest. Yeah. He got his mouse. This may be you observing or realizing someone's self-interest in all of this that comes to light. It could be also what I would say self-preservation for you, that sometimes you have to learn when to bow out of a situation, when to not engage anymore if it becomes too heated, when to just let things be the way they are for a moment. Know that you sometimes have to get in there to service your own needs because no one else is going to think about them. There's a lot with this card. It's like everybody's worried about, or everyone's focused on their own needs to eat, to graze, to do all those things. Make sure that you do too. You can't just give all of yourself to someone else and not think about yourself. But I want to say this is also you realizing and seeing that someone is very self-interested in what's going on. And I think that's going to be brought to light. Following was 17, and that's number 8. You know, this is, it looks like the rainbow bridge, to be honest, but it's like following the light. It's a ship with a rainbow going through a waterway. It's like follow the flow. Let yourself be taken in the flow. Don't fight against it. Keep yourself grounded. Of course, these are the chakras. You know, it's finding that balance and flow within yourself, and that's tweaking constantly. It is. But the path you're going to observe, and the path is going to be unveiled step by step in front of you. And it's about accepting and surrendering at each step of the way and just going. Because what did I say in the beginning about pot of gold at the end? And here's your rainbow. That you're going to have a pot of gold that benefits you at the end of this. This is the card that I knew was going to fall out of this deck, and it's called Ghost Honey. And for me, this is spirit. This is spirits. This is your ancestors. This is who you have around you. This represents those that are ethereally, I don't want to say attached to you, but kind of. They provide you with succor, protection when you are down and you're not aware of it. These entities make your life palatable when things are difficult. And that's how I've always seen this card, and it makes me feel all the time. It's like that super caring angel, or it's that fairy that never leaves your side, or when you're crying, they're with you. That is, for me, Ghost Honey. And I just knew this was going to come out of this deck because that's who you brought in here. That's who's in here. That's the entourage that you're walking around with. You are truly protected. And I want you to know that. And if you can take anything away, please know that. I think it was evident in the beginning in how overwhelmed I was by it all. You may not believe in it. You may be watching this and you wanted a reading on love or career and finance. You know, I can only give you what I'm getting, and I do give you what I get. So for what it's worth and how it makes you feel, know that you are loved beyond measure and you are protected. You may not feel like that in the 3D physical world, but you are. And I feel like that I had to say that. So We also have the Queen of the Night. Oh, look at the blossoming. Yeah. It's a flower that blooms in the night. And I think that's what you're doing. I think you're blooming. You're going to bloom. It's like being the lotus. You're going to grow and prosper from all this darkness and heaviness that's around you. And yeah, it sucks that it has to be through mud and grime and grit and all this other stuff. But it is what it is. And that's the surrendering. That's the faith. That's the knowing that you're going to be okay and things will be okay. I feel like some of you, you know, this may be even triggering someone's awakening, because I feel like there's a lot of, I feel like a lot of this will seem woo-woo to a lot of you. I don't like using that word, and I don't, but that's how I feel. I feel like we have, I feel like I have people potentially watching this video who are not into the physical as much as I am. And I think that they may hesitate in taking everything I'm saying in. And that's okay. Everybody's in a different place and a different process. And that's why, I mean, I love doing these. I mean, I want to be able to make this accessible for anybody and everyone. But you may be actually nearing an awakening, and it's quite beautiful. So, and if not, and you want to take this down to like the 3D level, I think that you are going to get through these hardships that are going to come out of nowhere, or it feels like they've come out of nowhere, but there's always roots somewhere. And you may be some truths and some things may be exposed to you throughout the month, and you're going to have to leave your comfort zone, or you're going to have to meet it head on when you want to hide away. And you're going to find that you have people around you that are willing to support you, but you may find yourself in my ears ringing. You may find yourself in a leadership role amongst your family and friends, and they are looking to you to help solve this or take on that leadership role. And you're then going to have to, and you may feel overwhelmed by that, but you're going to see that there's strength in numbers, and that it takes a team, it takes a village, right? And you're going to start seeing that it's possible, and that at the end of this, you may even end up with some beautiful gift that will make you happy, that will make potentially some of this worthwhile. And that is my 3D version of in the physical plane for those that don't necessarily subscribe to the angels and the protection and the energetic cords that are involved here. Yeah. I've never done that to that extent in a reading, so I hope that whomever that is for, that you take something from that. Wow. This is Libra. You have blown me out of the water. Absolutely blown me out of the water. So let's take a look at the last one, and that's the forest floor. And this is your grounding. This is your grounding, hun. You know, take a moment, like I said, you know, a little quiet moment. It could just be a minute, and just tell yourself everything is going to be okay. Find a moment of silence for yourself. You know, when you can steal away those moments of comfort, you know, watch a favorite show, relax, pull away when you can, you know, because if you let your mind just be completely dedicated to this, you're going to miss out on other areas in your life, or you're not going to do as well in other areas of your life, right? We even brought up the work and career. So, you know, when people are going through really difficult times, it's easy to neglect other areas in their life. And I don't want, just keep that in the back of your mind so that it's there, and you'll be less apt to be dismissive of those areas of your life. So what's going to be the overall energy of the month of September? Ten of Thoughts, Ten of Swords. This is a revolution of the mind. This card sums up everything that we've been dealing and talking about. Whatever is going to happen or is happening around you will have an end. It will have a finality. You can see the skull and push. Oh, that's funny. There's a button and it says, push to reset the world. Put a fork in it. You're done. This will have a finality, and you are going to be able to move on from this. Please know that. And you're going to be able to move on in a prosperous way. And I just want to say, and I'm going to throw it out there, if this is finding out about a pregnancy or new life coming into your life, in however shape, form, way, whatever, I'm not going to even list the ways that could possibly happen. The finality is that you're going to have access and you're going to have a new life in your life. And that is a blessing, period. So keep that in the back of your mind when you're going through all of this and experiencing this and having conversations regarding this, or, just keep that in the back of your mind. Okay. 10 of Thoughts. Yeah, I think this is where you are. One sword too many. But you're at the end. You're at the end. Wow, that's your overall energy for the month. So what past energy has been influencing that? The Chariot. Yeah, that's everything coming at you. I don't think it's, so it says, yes, they rely on obligate ram ventilation, a way of breathing that requires sharks to swim with their mouths open. The faster they swim, the more water is pushed through their gills. And if they stop swimming, they stop receiving oxygen. They move or die. Holy moly, that's the first time I've gotten this card. I'm sorry, it's very small, and even with the glasses, it's difficult to read. But holy moly, did you hear that? The more water is pushed through their gills. They stop swimming, they stop, okay. Yeah, this is what's coming at you, just what I said. This is the upheaval, right? This is all this energy being pushed and forcibly pushed on you. And you having to, right, push, what was that card? Resistance is the card that we saw. And it's the resistance that you're feeling. That's the Chariot. You're feeling all this resistance coming at you. And you know that in order to deal with it and overcome it, you need to actually get through it. So it's like the Eight of Wands coming at you so fast, and you need to balance yourself enough, right, with the Chariot, and get through it. That's exactly it. Wow. And the way that they describe the shark, it's like you got to stop. You can't stop. You have to keep moving. So what is it that you should let go of then in the month of September 2025? The Six of Passions, applause, take a bow, and stay humble. Yeah, I think that this is appreciation. You need to let go of the acknowledgement of others and how much you're doing. And it's not about other people validating you. It's about you validating yourself. That's what I'm getting from this. You may feel like no one is appreciative of everything you're doing, and that has to be okay with you. Because in the end, this is your growth, this is what you're overcoming, and this is This is meant for you on your path. And when you give love and when you help others, there has to be a detachment at times from the reciprocity of others. Yeah, if it gets to a point where it's so unbalanced, right, Libra? You have to decide if this relationship is, healthy or not. But I think in times of crises and moments of grief, and there is something here about, you're not doing it for a thank you. You're doing it because you love someone, or you're doing it to help, or your efforts are needed for that project to be done and finished, right? Those Three of Pentacles. You need a community in order sometimes to push an agenda, and you do it without thinking about others recognizing you for it. There's a benevolence to this card and what they're saying. There's a greater good aspect of what you're doing here, and the person that probably needs to thank you the most will not thank you, possibly. That's what I'm getting. And you have to let go of that, because if that now becomes another cycle of you holding a grudge or feeling frustrated with them, or if that becomes and begets, chaos and conflict in that relationship where it doesn't need to be there, that's something you don't want to go down. Like that road, don't go down that road and create another storm. That's what I'm getting from this. So what is it that you should focus on moving forward, hun? Justice. Well, there you are, hun. Your own personal power. Here's Libra. Awesome. I don't know what to say. It is extremely auspicious to receive your own card, and especially the fact that it's the focus on what you should focus on in the month. It's you. And this is you standing in your power and your personal power and being able to overcome anything and balancing, right? An unbalanced Libra is not the best thing. This is your wheelhouse. This is where you want to be. You need to figure out a way to bring yourself here where you can balance yourself. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. But this is you also knowing, Lady Justice blindfolded. This is you knowing and feeling and intuiting and just making honest evaluations and receiving honest evaluations, and it's fairness. It's all of that, but it's you. It's an embodiment of you. And this is what we need. We need you. You need you. Wonderful. Okay, so what are we looking at then towards the end of the month? 9 of Passions. That's the 9 of Wands. And it says, happy burnout. I love how this is an amazing deck. Happy burnout. And I think that's what you're going to be experiencing. I've never, ever seen someone so poignantly define this card like that. The 9 of Wands is the wounded soldier, right? It's the person that just withstood everything and still survived, and, limping back, arm in a sling and a bandage on their head. I mean, I can see it, and I can see that being you potentially here at the end of, it's going to be a bumpy ride for you. But look at what they're doing. They're in bed with the covers up on their eyes. And this is where I said you wanted to be this entire time, under the covers in bed. It's like, by the end of the month, you're going to overcome what this is, or at least put something to rest. And you're going to be able to go and get under those covers and just be like, oh, I made it. But holy moly, was I exhausted. Am I exhausted? Am I done? Like, don't call me. I need a break. I don't want to see, hear anyone or do anything. I can see that being you. And this is hilarious. I'm sorry. It is, it is so hilarious. So where you wanted to start out the month under the covers, and potentially did start out the month, because I'm putting this up a couple days in, you probably already experiencing this, or you're bringing this problem over from August, and you are here, and you're going to end up in the same place. But you're going to actually get out of the bed. You're actually doing, because you're changing. I mean, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. I mean, you're changing. You're meeting it head on. You decide to, okay, I got to get into that thunderstorm. I need to go and get wet. I need to go and, deal with this. And just keep in mind, at the end, you will be back under your covers, in your safe place, and in your imagined place, in your home, wherever your safe place is, and you're going to be back there by the end of the month, and needing a big recuperation, needing a big restoration, right? Something in here said restoration. I can't remember what card that was. Restoration. And that's what you're going to have. You're going to have some restoration at the end of the month. And I don't know how this is going to affect you moving in the rest of the month, or moving into October and the rest of the year. But I think that September is going to be a doozy. And I think that you are going to overcome it. I think you're going to do so potentially begrudgingly. But it's like, you just got to pull yourself out of bed, and you got to go and do it. But no, there is prosperity. There is safety and security at the end of this. And I think that you need to tackle what this is to protect your safety and security. You need to protect your home, your family, your nest, whatever it is that you have to make sure that is stable and secure. That's why you're getting out of bed. And that's why you're going to go and tackle these issues. So oh my God, I was going to say, justice. So Libra, justice. I'm wishing you so much balance this month. I'm wishing you so much love, and know that you are so protected. And I hope that you feel their presence around you. So go get it. You can do this. And I can't wait to see the mid-month reading to see what's going on with you guys. So all my love always. Bye. So I'm back, and I just wanted to say, Libra, may justice rain down on you. All right. Bye. Okay, so I think we know who's next, and maybe last, but definitely not least, Aries. Well, you guys are normally first in all of these readings, so hey, it's okay. Be last. Actually, I feel really light in your energy. The chaotic insanity heaviness was, I think, for Libra. I do feel party, though, from you, too. But it's like all of a sudden I feel light. I thought about the words with Go-Go's. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that group, girl band. But I'm thinking also of like disco dancing. I don't know why it's music partying for this day. I don't know, for you two. I only have you guys left, so it's a very interesting it's been a very interesting journey of emotions and ups and downs doing these readings. So yeah, I feel light in your presence. The decks that I had to pick out, I thought I was going to use the same decks for both of you, and no, it was like, nope, you need new decks. I'm like, okay. I think I feel optimism. That's the word. So Aries, my loves, you're next. Yeah, I feel optimism. I feel like breaking cycles, accomplishments. I don't know. I feel like surprise party. I feel the sun's coming up. It's a new day, and you just feel ready to tackle the world. Ready. You're like, let's go do it. And you decide after waking up to make breakfast for everyone in the household. Pancakes, waffles, all the good stuff. Yeah, cutting up strawberries and putting them up on things. Literally, that's exactly what I'm seeing someone do. So is that a synchronicity for someone? Because it is. I would really like to hear that. Wow. Okay. I'm going with it. Telling you what I get. Okay. Aries, let's get down to this. I'm really happy then you were my last one because I love this feeling. Maybe you're coming out of dark times and you're just seeing the light and you just feel better. That's really, really nice. Yeah, it's like celebration. Maybe someone's celebrating something for real, like a birth. No, not a birthday. Like an anniversary, new job, promotion, popping the question, meeting a person and falling in love, having so many firsts with someone. I don't know, there's something there. Okay, for Aries, Spirit, month of September 2025, what do we need to know? All right, I'm definitely taking that one too, and let me get my glasses. All right, bottom of the deck, Aries, 4444. Oh, I love it. All I see is your four walls, four wands, your house, your home, your security, your stability. You feel safe, secure, and you feel stable. Oh my goodness, blessing in disguise. Obstacles, hardship, strength, building character and experience. Ooh, there might be some difficulties ahead, but you will push through. You got this. The winds of change will blow in your favor if you've been suffering or feeling lost. Some things may fall apart, but you're building the framework for something much better. Hang in there. Absolutely. I think this is where you're coming from, because I'm tapping into September and beyond, and it looks like your blessings are coming in. Maybe you now realize some of your hardships actually were blessings in disguise. They informed you of the true intentions of people. They informed you how strong you are and that you're capable of surviving a lot more than you thought. They informed you of your true feelings for someone. They informed you of what your true desires were and are, and what you want to do with your life. And yeah, it's like it's like you woke up and you're reset. You hit the reset button and you're waking up feeling bigger, better, and blessed. I do agree with that. I feel like just the joyfulness that I was feeling, it's like it's like you're seeing the sun for the first time. You're seeing a strawberry for the first time. The fragrance is hitting you in a different way. It's like seeing everything reborn, or being fully present. That's what it is. Okay, that's what it is. You're feeling fully present, and that's such a beautiful thing. All right, that's really amazing. Okay, all right, Aries, what else do we have for you, hon? That's the tarot, so that's for last. Let's get you one of these. For Aries, please, for the month of September 2025. Take those. Bottom of the deck, 02. Am I blue? Maybe you have closed and walked away from something that made you sad, but you now realize it was the right decision. And I think these are all past influences. And the fact that it's a 2, it's like breaking up a union. And it doesn't have to be a romantic union. It could also be a commitment to something or someone that did not work out. But you realize, maybe you're asking this question. Maybe you're asking yourself, am I blue after all of this? I thought it was going to be the end of the world. I thought it was going to destroy me. I thought it was going to break me. And it didn't. And that's why you're so happy, because you realize it probably was for the best, that you no longer were here because it really wasn't on your path. It really wasn't what you needed anymore. It didn't fulfill you. It held you back in some way. Maybe you wake up and realize you're not blue anymore. I'm going to look underneath that. 20, support system. Yeah. Maybe the support system around you has helped you realize this truth. Maybe they've helped you process the truths in this situation, and you now see it for what it truly is. Because sometimes when you're stuck in a chaotic environment, or you're stuck in a decision that you don't want to make, or in something that is sad, something that is difficult in your life, you don't see it for what it truly is until you're out of it, or you don't get an outside perspective. And maybe your support system has done that for you. Yeah. They have like fins. Are they fins? They're butterfly wings, and they look like fins too. Like they're helping you flow again. They're helping you swim away again to your own abundance, because I'm thinking of fish and abundance and flow. It's like you found the current again. They have helped guide you and sort of bring you back into in your own flow. All right, so let's get another card. Aries, please. I'm taking them all. Wow, these are a lot. Okay. And we have peace. Yeah. I think you found peace, because peace is right. When you get those moments of true peace, it's bliss. You feel things are easy again. I think that's it. You're starting to feel like things are easy again. Things come and go with ease. You don't have, if it was a relationship that was not flowing very well, you may have constantly felt that tension, and that influenced how you felt all day long, right? Or, when you're in a chaotic environment, it's very difficult for you to think and breathe and do and be. It's like you're always waiting for another shoe to drop, something else to go wrong. But when you're out of that situation and you do have true peace, you realize, wow, I made the right decision, or things played out the way they should, no matter who made the decision. That's wonderful. And underneath that, we have determination and love. Aww. And death and growth. Oh my goodness. I definitely think that you guys have broken a cycle. You've left something. Again, I'm getting relationship. You may have left something that that really hurt, and that made you go through a lot, but that you're now emerging from the other side of it, knowing that it was the right decision. No matter who ended it, no matter if like, let's say you were downsized, if it's not a relationship, like I said, it could be a union, a commitment between things. And you realize you did not like what you did. You didn't like your job. It was very stressful and paralyzing and sad and upsetting, but you realize now it really wasn't meant for you. You were holding on to it for the wrong reasons. And that would go also for a relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship that's just gone, that's lived its course, and it was time to take a break from one another. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get the tarot into a simple spread. For Aries, please, for the month of September 2025. All right, that fell. That's going to be the current energy for the month of September. Past influence, what you should let go of, what you should focus on. and the energy at the end of the month moving on to October. And what do we have at the bottom of the deck? The Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is what I felt. It's the going out with passion, the reset, right? The activation. And look at that. He's all green too. I love it. It's like heart led too. It's feeling, like I said, waking up in the morning and you're like, I'm making breakfast for everyone, or I'm opening the door and having coffee on a deck or in the backyard, or just sitting on your stoop and just looking at everything and seeing the sun and the colors, the vibrancy of the world, and hearing the birds chirping and people talking and or hearing crickets if it's at night, or it's just here. It's like the world comes alive again for you. And that's what I'll say. It's like everything is alive again. Like that strawberry that you were cutting, like the juices were real, and the smell of it, I could smell the strawberry. I can see the seeds on the strawberry. It's like everything comes to life, realizing that everything that you are now seeing come to life has always been there, but it was dulled because of the situation or relationship or whatever it is that you've left. When you were there, things were dulled and you weren't seeing things so vibrantly. Wow, it's really cool. What do we have underneath that? King of Cups. Yeah. What did I say about with the green, the heart chakra? It's like you are reactivated. I think your emotions, you are now handling your emotions, right? Am I blue? I don't think you are. I think you're realizing you're not blue. And I think if you are, you have remnants of feelings, of course, regarding the situation, but this is you handling those emotions and processing them, like what I said with the friendship, right? It's with those around you, with the support system. It's like you've emerged the King of Cups. You've emerged the King of Cups. Even if you're not in a relationship, even if you're no longer in that commitment, you have emerged as the King of Cups because you've been able to process and, I keep saying process, control, balance your emotional turmoils that you've had regarding everything. And it's like you just understand now. And I don't even think you're holding grudges. It's like you now understand you weren't meant to continue in whatever that was because it really wasn't what served you the best. It's like understanding that was a blessing in disguise of whatever happened to you. Wow. Aries, I knew it. I just felt you. I felt you reanimated. Reanimated. It's like, yeah. All right. Let's take a look at these oracle cards then. 999 with release. Yeah. You've definitely released. You've released and surrendered to the fact that something had to end. Balance, finances, success, wealth, cycles. What goes around comes around. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you're experiencing a significant change or conclusion, holy moly, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? Yeah, that's definitely your next steps. Are you open for love? Are you open for new passion? Are you open to actually following your true passions, right? That you may have kept on the back burner because they didn't fit your life at that time. Are you open to, maybe you already have offers. Maybe you have interest in someone new. Maybe someone has expressed interest in you. Everything is possible. But I think this is just coming to the fact that you've actually released, you've processed, you've released, and you're surrendering, truly surrendering. I feel that. And then you have 1212 with persistence, shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, new experiences. Oh, happy day. Absolutely. Exactly. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. What did I say about your purpose? I think that you are now able to go after your passions, your purpose. It's like knowing that what you were doing was not on your path or was not meant for you, but you were just doing it. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards. Absolutely. There's definitely creation here. There's definitely, with the 12-12, that's 3-3. I mean, you're in the flow, that's 6. There is again, we said about the flow with the fish, fins on that support system. I think that you are going to find what is meant for you, and pretty quickly. I think that you are, and that will allow you to create and manifest what it is that you truly want in this world. You may manifest that person that you're looking for. That could lead to creation. This may be the person that you start a family with. The next person may be the person you start a family with. It's like as though you've had to go through these checkpoints, these ups and downs in order to find and know what you truly want in your life, right? Those are chapters in your life that had to be there, or the book would not be complete. The book would not make sense. We then have Baby, I'm a Star, number 9, another 9. You're at the end of completion to start again. You are a star. Maybe you haven't felt like a star for a bit in whatever situation that was. And I keep going back to career. If it is a career situation, maybe you weren't feeling like a star. Maybe you weren't feeling it. Like, if it wasn't meant for you, you may not have, I don't know. You may not have shown the way you wanted to. And now you're looking at yourself and saying, I am pretty awesome. Just maybe I wasn't awesome at that, and I don't have to be awesome at everything, but I have an idea of what I can really shine at, what I can really star in. And maybe you were putting other people's, you're Aries. You are I am. Maybe you didn't feel the I am part. Maybe you're putting too much stock and energy into building up someone else, and you were not starring in your own life. Maybe someone else was the main character in your life, and now you're saying, no, I'm now the main character. I'm the star in my life. I'm the protagonist. Because for an Aries, that would be very important. And if you weren't doing that and you haven't been doing that, I could see how that would not work. You need to be empowered and know who you are, and you need to be able to show that to the world. You are the emperor. And you have to build from that place. You have to build from that place of pride and knowing thyself. And I think that's what you're going to do, and that's what you're doing. I feel like it's like a person who is just so happy to be themselves again. The exuberance, that was the word. That's a great word. I felt so much exuberance in the beginning of this reading, and I'm so happy for you. It's awesome. Awesome. Manifest your miracle. Holy moly, guys. Start manifesting, Aries. This is the time. September is ripe for you to take charge with the Knight of Wands, with the King of Cups, with being a star. I mean, this looks like a little fairy godmother. And maybe you even feel like you had a presence or a hand helping guide you out of this, even when you did not want to get out of what you had. Because again, I do truly believe this is a blessing in disguise. And I think it's and that is something that you realize. It's not me saying, it's like, I'm you. Like, whoa, thank God it worked out that way. Because I'd still be in a situation that wasn't meant for me. If I listened, if I kept going in that direction, if I kept those attachments, if I let myself be led the way I was being led, it would have gotten worse for me, not better. Wow. Oh my gosh. Flow. That's been all over your reading. Thank you, Spirit. It's amazing. The corroboration and the cards have been really beautiful in your reading. Yeah, you are in the flow. You are finally in your flow. Maybe you were swimming in someone else's pond. Now you're back in yours. Yeah. You're in your flow. You're in your wheelhouse now. I can feel it. I can feel the confidence. I can feel it's like being back in your own body. Feeling strong and alive. That's what I've been feeling in this reading. So it feels really good. It feels really good, Aries. It freaking does. Consciousness and illumination. Oh. Well, I think we can stop there. I mean, this has essentially been the entire reading. You awakened to the fact that what has happened and transpired, though it needed to happen, and you needed to live it and have it as a chapter in your book, you have been illuminated to the fact that it was time to break that cycle and move on. You realize that you are now where you're supposed to be. And you accept it freely and wholly and are living it to the max. And will be. You will be living it to the max in this month. It's really awesome. So what are we looking at then for the energy for the month of September? The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, you may be single now after not being. You may be on your own in some way. You're not, again, that commitment, whatever it is, and to whomever it is or to whatever it was, is gone. And it's like you building the commitment to yourself. You're independent and successful in your own right. It's like you're finding, right? It's like, I am. And you're thinking about yourself and no one else at this point. I love that. And you're finding out ways to provide for yourself and succeed for yourself. Be that star in your life. But I love the way it's depicted. She doesn't need anyone else to feed her grapes. She's feeding grapes to herself. That's awesome. And that's what you're doing. It's like you're like, I'm the king of my own realm. And I am okay right now and complete. I am okay right now and I'm complete with myself right now. Yeah. I love all the yellow and orange, and it's just really cool. So what influence, like what past influence has, brought you to this point? Holy moly. 3 of Swords. Yeah. Well, the cards are just playing out everything we've been discussing, you and I, Aries. We're connected, and I'm so grateful for that. 3 of Swords. It's heartbreak. Look at all the lightning around it. It's like a tower card. It's the disappointments. It's the overwhelming disappointment that you had, but only to realize you can make it on your own, and you don't really need to be here anymore. And I'm not throwing shade at this. I'm not, because it got you here. And I think that you're even realizing that. I even said you're not even holding grudges. I made that point, and I have to make it again. I feel like you are okay with how things transpired, even though maybe a week ago or even 3 days ago you weren't. And you were upset and maybe even lashing out. But it's like all of a sudden, right, you have that illumination. You may have had some kind of awakening, right? And realize, what am I doing? It's actually the best thing for me. And I just You just know that it was actually the right thing, and you're not mad at it. You're not mad at it anymore. That's what I'm getting from this. So what is it that you should let go of then in the month of September? The Eight of Pentacles. Wow. First and foremost, if this is a job, and this is, like I said, if you were downsized or it's a change of occupation or something, it's telling you clearly that it wasn't meant for you. Let go of this dream of whatever you thought you were doing. It's not meant for you. I have to say that because that is like clear as day. So in contrast to that, I think it's kind of telling you to start trying things out. Hear me out. I gotta put into words everything that is coming at me so quickly, and I know exactly what I want to say, so I'm gonna just try this. The Eight of Pentacles is you becoming an expert in your field. You working so hard day in, day out that you are literally the man, you're the woman, you're the person, you're the SME, right? Subject matter expert at something. But if this is asking, if a spirit in this reading is asking you to let go of that, I think truly this is saying, start trying to do different things and start trying. Don't expect to be the best at anything. You're not going to walk in somewhere new and be the best at something, right? Because we do have to talk about the fact that you are an Aries. You are the Emperor. But you can't go into the world as a newbie at something and expect to be top dog. Expect to be the best at something when you've never done it before. It's like, leave your pride and your ego at home and just work diligently. Take that away from this card. But don't go in thinking that you're going to be the emperor and the boss immediately. I think that's the best way I can describe everything that just went through my head, like in an instant. All that yellow is just screaming at me of solar plexus, and that's confidence. But I think in this, the confidence for him to be amazing, yes, but in this instance and in this part of the reading, don't let your ego walk in before you do, kind of thing. All right. So what then should you focus on, Aries, in the month of September? The Page of Swords. Yeah. First, it's a page, right? It's knowing that you are starting out in the world or in a new relationship or in a new job or whatever this is as a page. And a page who's willing to learn. A page who has ideas and has knowledge, absolutely. But still a page that you're willing to work and learn and bring your knowledge and what you know to the table. But there is a humbleness about this. And I think you're ready to do it. I think you know that you're ready to do it. But I think there's going to be especially if you've been in a relationship for a long time, it may be hard for you to get out there in the dating scene. That just came to me. Maybe you have to maybe for the career that you are now aiming for, you need to go back to school as a page, as an adult, right? Focus on what it is that you are going after and what you want to follow, what your truth is now, but do it in a way where you recognize that you are a page, that you are just starting out on this new adventure as a page, not a king, not as the emperor. Wow. That's really good advice, Aries. And it's not tough love. I think this is just kind of reiteration of how well you're doing and how you're doing spiritually. And it's just kind of like a checks and balances for you in this reading. So what are we looking at then for the end of the month of September 2025? Oh, the Page of Cups. It's like I just got meeting head on the new you with love and grace and grounding. Look at all that red. And that's also higher heart chakra. Oh, I love this. It's like you're looking at that fish as you. You're looking at that fish lovingly. And looking also at your the prosperity and the flow and the abundance, the possible prosperity, flow, and abundance that is now open to you because your heart is opening and you're learning to love again. You're learning to believe again. You're learning to grow again, right? And love is what nourishes it all. Yeah, it's like you just learning to love yourself where you are and saying, hey, are you ready to go on this new adventure? Even if it's scary, even if it's new, even if you haven't done it for a long time. It's like, hey, let's go. Let's try. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, Aries. Wow. It's beautiful. It's like looking at all of that vista, right? And think of all the possibilities of what is waiting for you to go explore. But being heart-led, but self-love too. It's like taking yourself and saying, we can do this. Let's go explore. We don't need anyone else, right? With the 9 of Pentacles. We can do this. We can do this on our own. Even if we don't have a partner, even if I'm starting on in a new job, in a new career, or in a new company, I'm confident enough and I know myself, right? Know thyself. I know myself enough. Oh, Aries, I am so happy for you and thank you so much for being the last of all my readings for this month. Really, I have to say that because they've been really intense, and I think September is a really intense month, but I think that you guys are actually at a different part in the cycle, and I've really enjoyed this reading, and it's really given me a sense of peace that I've needed today. So thank you for the reading. I can't wait to see your mid-months. We'll see you then. Bye.